Hello and welcome to my weekly Roundup. I hope you enjoyed the Jubilee festivities last week. I spent more hours than I would have liked listening to my son's brass band in the rain, but apart from that, it was great. On the Small Business Big Network podcast this week, you can hear an interview with Steven Mayatt from Pocket Creatives. He creates visual projects with video and photography. We chatted about how he uses networking as a creative. On Tuesday, I went to the Hull and Humber Chamber of Commerce Expo at the Mercure Hotel in Willerby. It was their first expo since 2019 and it was nice to bump into some familiar faces from the Chamber and other local. Riding of Yorkshire Leisure Services were there doing some free health checks. They'd brought along a clever machine that measures your fat and muscle content and it works out your health age. Apparently, I'm 34. Also on Tuesday, I joined in a roundtable discussion hosted by Small Business Britain on Help to Grow Digital, the government's scheme for small business digital support. They wanted to know what we as small business owners thought about the scheme. At the moment, it's only open to businesses of 5 or more employees, so I can't access it. But there is funding to help businesses go digital with accounting packages and CRMs. The consensus was that most people already have these things and what they really need more help with is websites and social media, the things that will help them to promote their business. I was delighted to receive a delicious brownie from Bad Brownie to enjoy alongside the discussions. After several months of not being able to attend, I finally made it to a Business Hive First Tuesday networking event this week. There were lots of people there and it was very loud. I hadn't got the memo that Melanie Tillett of Tillett's Clothing had decreed it to be animal print dress code, but I don't own any leopard print anyway. Apparently next month is to be a tropical theme. I'm looking forward to seeing what people turn up in. Yesterday I attended an excellent webinar with Dee Murray, who is a menopause expert. It was put on by the F Entrepreneur team and hosted by Karen Campbell. Dee's presentation was all about the effect menopause can have and how it affects women in the home, the workplace and as an entrepreneur. There were some very interesting and useful exchanges in the chat box as well, with people sharing tips about managing symptoms. I'm sure it's a topic we will keep coming back to and it's great that it's being talked about on a wider scale than ever before. This morning I've been giving a presentation to the Lincoln Productivity Hub along with David O'Brien. The webinar was organised by Gary Mumby and David and I were talking about communication in the 21st century. David's presentation was all about the art of communication, including listening and use of language, and then my section was a look at all the practical ways we can communicate as business owners. We're running the session twice more this year in September and December, so if it sounds interesting and you're in the Greater Lincolnshire area, get in touch with Gary Mumby and ask about the Productivity Hub, as he's still looking for businesses to help. Something else I've done this morning is to record a future podcast episode with fellow voiceover artist Martin Wiskin. Like me, he's a fan of networking and he helps to run the Creative Collective, which is a network of all sorts of creative people. I'm hoping to get along to one of their online meetings soon. The good thing about chatting to someone else in my industry is I know that their audio quality is going to be good for my podcast. That's all from me this week, so do join me again next Friday for another Roundup.